Perfect. Thanks for reminding me about that as well. Right. Okay. So yeah. So if you've seen what I'm going to talk about already, guys, just take notes because one day you're going to be teaching people as well. See, the goal is not for you to just be able to trade and make money, but for you to also impact other people's lives and be able to train them. Okay. So, everything is a stair-step structure. So what I want to talk about first is the two types of traders. Okay. So first of all, we have what we call a copy and paste trader. Okay, copy and paste trader, right? And that basically is taking the signals from Arise Academy and being able to execute them on MT4, okay, MetaTrader 4 platform and place trades, right? And then the next type of trader is what we call the pro trader. Okay, the pro trader. And what is that person? That person doesn't need signals. He doesn't need someone to give him trading ideas. Yeah, he can look at she can look at the charts. They can analyze the charts themselves and look for what is a good trade and place the trade and make money. Okay, they are literally independent and they can, work the markets with or without Arise Academy. Okay. So a copy and paste trader, like I said, is being able to copy and paste the trading ideas from Arise Academy or anywhere in general and just make money by placing the trades, by copying the signals and pasting them. Pro trader is someone who really knows what they're doing. They know most of the concepts about Forex. They can look at the charts, analyze all the different currencies and mark up charts and place charts and trades independently. Okay. Now, every single one of us on this call, what I want us all to be is at least a copy and paste trader, because that's going to allow us to make money. Okay. Now, when it comes to becoming a pro trader, there's certain things that you need to start learning. Okay. And the end goal is to become a pro trader. You don't want to just be copying trades all the time because you're literally dependent on other people then to give you food. Whereas if you become a pro trader, you can mark up the charts 24 hours a day from Monday to Friday and make money around the clock whenever your schedule is free to do it. Because sometimes when you get a copy and paste signal, sometimes you're working, sometimes you're on the toilet, sometimes you're cooking breakfast for the kids. You know what I mean? But if you become a pro trader, you can now place the trades whenever you've got time to analyze the markets. Okay. So when it comes to becoming a pro trader, there's some basics that we need to start thinking about first of all, which is basically number one, market trends. Okay, market trends. And that is talking about whether the market is going up or whether the market is going down. Okay, being able to identify on the different time zones whether the price of the market is going up or the price of the market is going down. Now, why is that important? Because if the market is going up and you press buy on a particular currency, you're going to make money. If the market is going down and you press sell on a particular currency, you're going to make money. But if the market's going up and you press sell, you're losing money. If the market is going down and you press buy, you're losing money. Okay. So the great thing about Forex is that we can make money whether the market is going up or down. But the bad thing about the Forex as well is that you can lose money whether the market is going up or going down. Okay. So the basics is knowing market trends. When you're looking at charts, you can tell whether the actual price is going up or the price is going down. And like I said, I'm not going to go into these subjects right now. That's what Arise Academy is all about, for you to watch the videos and learn. It's going to teach you all this, but I'm just letting you know the categories, what you need to start to understand to become a pro trader. Then we need to be able to start recognizing support and resistance lines. Okay. Support and resistance points, okay? And that basically means when the price is going up and down on a chart, there's certain points where the price goes up to and it stops and it comes back down, up to the same point, goes back down, okay? Or it goes down to a certain point, comes back up, goes down to a certain point, goes back up. So the point where it's coming on the bottom, where it starts to hit all the time on the bottom at the same point, is called the support line. Okay, the support. Imagine like you're supporting somebody. Okay, so it doesn't go past that particular area, and where it goes up to a certain point, that's what we call the resistance line. Okay, now these are some things that you need to be learning when you start to become a pro trader, because then what you can do is you can start to predict how far the market's going up and when it's going to start to come back down, and how far the market's going down and when it starts to come back up. Okay, so that's something you need to start to learn about. Then what we have is we need to become familiar with candle, I would say autonomy. Yeah, autonomy. Okay, candle autonomy. All about candles. Okay, Japanese candles. What the, not necessarily it has to be green and red candles because you can change the colors, but everyone knows really the green and red candlesticks. And what I'm talking about is basically has you've got, a candle like this, and then you've got another candle which could be next to it like this, and then you've got another candle which is like this. So these are basically candlesticks, okay? And underneath the candlesticks, they have lines sometimes, okay? They have lines like this, right? These are called what they call wicks, or they're called shadows. So everything about the candles, you need to be familiar, because there's a particular things what you need to know about them. For example, if the candle is going up, okay, we call this bullish. If the candle is going down, we call this bearish, right? Now, if this is the candle which is going up, what will happen is this candle basically closes at the top because it started at the bottom and it closes at the top. That means it's going up. If a candle is going down, it started at the top and it's going down, it closes at the bottom, okay? And all these things, you're not really going to understand why you need to know it right now, but I'm just giving you the different things that you need to start to be aware of and what we need to know, which is autonomy of candlesticks, okay? And why candles are important. I hate when it does that.
Are they different colors as well, bro, when they go up and down?
Yeah, so like I said, the candles as we see them on the charts right now, generally are green and red. And generally they have red candles going down and green candles going up. But you can actually change the color of the candle, okay? Sometimes I've had my candles blue because I say, right, the blue sky is going up, and I've had them, the candles going down as yellow, like sand on the beach, yeah? So because the reason why I did that was sometimes when you see the color red, you can actually associate that with something bad, or stopping something or not doing something, yeah? Whereas on the charts, we can, like I said, we can make money if we go up or we go down. So red is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just up or down. Whoever's got their speaker on right now, just put themselves on mute, please. So candle autonomy, okay? That's something else we need to start, to learn about, okay?
Anatomy, bro, anatomy.
Yeah, anatomy, sorry, anatomy. Okay. The candle body, the bullish candles, the bearish candles, the wicks, the shadows, the open, the close, everything about the candles. Okay. The next thing is trading types. Okay, trading types. You might see on the signals sometimes they say things like sell stop, sell limit, buy stop, buy limit, instant execution. All these different types of trades are going to allow you to know when to place the trades. Okay, so for example, if they want you to place the trade there and then, it's called instant execution. If they want you to come into the trade at a later time, there's what we call buy stop, buy limit, buy, sell stop, sell limit. Okay, and it's knowing those different types of trades. Okay, then what we need to have an awareness about is risk management. Okay. Risk management, and I'll spell that wrong. Okay. Risk management. How much are you risking per trade? We're told that we shouldn't really risk, more than 3% per trade, okay? Or 5 to 6%, with accumulation of all the trades we've got open at the same time, okay? Me personally, I trade at the moment with 1% per trade because obviously I'm still a beginner, I'm learning, I'm getting my confidence up and, my ratio of how much I'm winning, how much I'm losing. And as I start to become more confident, then I can start to increase it to 2% and 3%, okay? But risk management is very important. And that's also to do with the type of lot sizes that you use and how much you use in terms of your how much you actually trade in terms of relation to your account size. And that's also with lot sizes and stuff like that, okay? Then we need to know a little bit about risk to reward. Okay, how much are you risking to lose to be able to how much are you gaining? For example, when we see on the group that it's a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, what does that mean? It means that let's say you're risking £1, you could possibly gain £3. If you're risking £10, you could possibly gain £30. Okay, and you know, if it's a risk to reward of 1 to 10, it means you're risking £1 to gain £10. So now you can maybe play about with your risk management, because you know that a small amount is at risk, but a lot is, you know, to be to gain. So it's all about knowing about your risk reward, how to calculate that, how to actually manage that as well. Okay, so these are just some of the basics and introduction to what it takes to become a pro trader. But my goal today is to make sure that every single person on the call is a copy and paste trader, because that's going to start to give you the experience in terms of placing trades. It's going to start giving you the experience in terms of your eye coordination with the current currency prices and the pip count and all these types of, you know, nuances that we need to learn before we really start going onto a live account. You know, a clear example is the other day, you know, I'm not going to mention our names, we don't need to, but one of the guys, he put a lot size of 0.7. Now, what he should have done was 0.07. So a little mistake, even though that actually benefited him by, you know, allowing him to make over £100 on that particular trade, that could have also been a big loss as well, because if it had gone the other way, he would have lost over £100 when really he should have only been risking around about £6-7 of his account, but that would have took him, you know, to over £100 loss. So some of these things are very important. You know, when you're gaining experience, you start to, you know, become more accustomed to these types of things. So if everyone's, you know, got that, what I'm going to do is basically just ask everyone, does everyone on the call right now have MetaTrader 4 and my FX book downloaded? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. So MetaTrader 4 is the platform that we place trades on. Okay, my FX book is what helps us to calculate the correct lot sizes that we're supposed to be achieving on our trades. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say lot sizes, let me give you an example. And this is the easiest example I can give you right now. So imagine if you was betting on football or something like that, or the horse racing or something like that. Now, if you was to put £10 on a horse or a football game, and they said to you that you can literally, it's a 1 to 5 win ratio. So you basically, you can lose £10, but you can gain £50, for example, right? Let's say you put £1 on and it's still a 1 to 5 ratio. What can you gain if it's a 1 to 5 and you put £1 on? £5, right? So the £1 or the £10 is the relation that comes to the lot sizes. When we place a certain lot size, it's determining how much we're actually placing at risk, okay? And it's going to be a case of how much we're actually going to be able to win and how much we're going to be able to lose. So the smaller the lot size, the less the risk. The higher the lot size, the more that you can gain or lose, but obviously it's in relation to your account size and so forth. So if everyone's got MetaTrader 4 and my FX book downloaded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen again, but on my phone this time. Okay, so just give me a second to connect. Okay, mute and share my screen. Second. All right. Share screen. Okay. Is everyone subscribed to the Arise Telegram group? Is there anybody that's not in the Arise Academy Telegram group?
I was in, but I don't think I'm getting any messages anymore.
Right. Are you still paying for the Arise Academy course?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what you have to do is just log into your Arise Academy. And are you on the old system or the new system?
Old.
Right. Log into the Arise Academy. Press the three lines at the top left-hand corner. you'll see something like user profile. In fact, no, it's the actual user profile picture. Press that, press user profile, and then you scroll down. It says add Telegram group, and you just join it.
Cool. All right.
Okay. In fact, let me try and even show you on this right now. So, Arise. I don't even know.
Daniel,
Yeah.
sorry, real quick. Just while you're on the topic of the old or the new, can you just tell us, like, can we stay on the old for now and then join the new later, or is there like a time limit to when we can join it? Not for the charge, but just regards to just regards to when we can join it.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, anybody who's on the old plan right now, you have the option to stay on that plan if you want to. Okay. Or you can upgrade. Now, if you upgrade, there's two ways of doing it. There's number one, you can wait until your renew date is coming. Arman, if you just put yourself on mute, I'll do it. It's okay. If you're coming about 4 or 5 days towards your repayment for your old Arise Academy, then that's the ideal time for you to upgrade. Okay, so what you do is you would send an email. To support at ariseacademylive.net or whatever the email is. I've got a fasting brain right now. And basically what you do is you say to them, I would like to cancel the next payment coming out as I'm upgrading, okay, to the new platform. And then what's going to happen is you've got the ability to now purchase the upgraded version and then start your process on that. Now, if you have the discount, meaning that you're paying 120 instead of 150 for Next Pro, you've got to ask support for the discount code if the one that you have in your email doesn't work. Okay, I was told by the co-founders that basically the code will work for a week or two, but if it doesn't work, then just message in support or the chat, online chat, and ask for the discount code, and you will get it for 120 instead of the 150. But that's only based on you actually on the 120 now. If you're paying 150 now and you're asking for the discount code, that's actually a compliance issue, and you will get an email saying that that's not allowed and stuff like that. The discount code is only for the people that are actually on the discounted price right now. Okay, so what to do? You can
thanks for that, man. We appreciate it.
You can either wait till the a few days closer to your renewal date and just cancel. Make sure you cancel 3 to 4 days before your renewal date comes out, because otherwise you'll get charged if you don't leave it 3 to 4 days before. Okay, and then just upgrade. Or you can upgrade now. Let's say you just literally paid a few days ago for the old system, like within a week or whatever. You can literally upgrade now, and then you can email the Arise Academy and ask them for a refund. Okay, so if you just paid within the last few days, you can ask for a refund and you can upgrade to the new Arise Academy that way as well. And the new Arise Academy has got all new videos, all new content. It's really a lot better than the old one as well. So it's not just about upgrading just for the sake of it. It's actually really a lot better. Okay, so.
Okay, cheers for that. And then sorry, last question about the email. You said what email? About the discount.
So everyone that was on the discounted price should have received an email giving them a code to be able to upgrade to the new system with the discounted amount. So if you was paying 120, you should have got an email. If you wasn't paying 120, then don't worry about it. You won't have got an email.
Okay, cool. I was paying 120, but I haven't checked my email. Maybe it's gone into the spam or something, but I'll check it anyway. Thanks for that.
Yeah, and if you can't find it, just either go on online chat or email Arise Academy support, and they'll send you the code anyway. Okay. So yeah, so Ismail, what you do to get into the Telegram is you log into your Arise Academy here. You press on the face or the profile in the top right hand corner. Press user profile, and then just go down. And where it says user profile, it'll say somewhere there, join Telegram group. Obviously, because I've upgraded, mine's cancelled this one. I'm on the new one now. Okay. So that's where you'll find the Telegram group. So what I want to do, guys, now is just go through some steps on what we're supposed to do in terms of being a copy and paste trader. Okay. So the first step is that you're going to get a message from the Telegram group with a currency pair in it. Okay. And it'll look like this, where it'll say Australian dollar, US dollar, or it might be a different one, what says European, Euro and US dollar. So it'll come in the format of this, okay? Now, what I do, guys, is I make sure that my Telegram group is actually on a beep, so I know when it comes. Yeah, it's been recorded, Oliver. So I put my Telegram group on a beep, so I know exactly when the trade comes. And that's very important. If you sometimes wait 5-10 minutes later after the trades come into the group, you might have missed the price or the correct price to enter. Okay, so it's very important. You turn on notifications so you know exactly when the trade comes in. So this is the process of how to be a copy and paste trader. Okay, you get the message come into the group, and it'll say Euro USD. Okay, so what you do from there is you go to your MetaTrader 4. Okay, and everyone should have MetaTrader 4 downloaded on their phone. If they don't, you can get it from the App Store. MetaTrader 4. Okay. And what happens is it comes up with this page. So I'm going to look what the pair is. The pair was Euro USD. I go to this list and I look for Euro USD. Okay. If I can't find the pair that I'm looking for on that page, I press the plus sign in the top right, and that allows me to search for different pairs. Okay. It allows me to search for different pairs. So I can search for, gold. Okay, I can search for different pairs that I might not have got already. And I just press the green plus sign and that will add it to my list. Okay. But obviously I've got Euro USD on my list there. So what I do now, okay, is I press Euro USD. And it gives me the options to trade, to look at the charts, or some details. So we're only really concerned about trade or chart. Okay. So when the trade comes in, we press trade. And now it comes onto this page. Okay. Now you see where it says Euro USD at the top. And then underneath it, it says instant execution. That's if we're going to place the trade there and then. Okay. If the trade says something like, let me try and find one. Okay. Sell stop. Okay. If the trade says this sometimes, like it'll say sell stop at the price of 1.2080. Okay. That means the trade is not ready right now, but we're waiting for it to come into play. So we can actually set something on our MetaTrader 4 to make sure that that automatically activates the trade when the price gets to the right price. And the way we do that is we press on where it says instant execution. And now it shows you our different type of trades: buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. So if the Telegram says sell stop, have a guess what we're going to be pressing? We're going to be pressing sell stop. And when we press that, now it asks us what the price is, what the stop loss is, and what the take profit figure is. And all of that information is right there on that message. It tells us what the price is. It tells us what the stop loss is, which is the SL figure. So where it says SL, that's your stop loss price. Where it says TP, that's the price that you're going to put in for take profit. Okay, so TP means take profit, SL means stop loss. Okay, now here it tells us how much pips that it is for the stop loss and for the take profit figures. Okay, and that's very important for us to work out our lot sizes, how much we're going to be willing to, trade with, okay, from our account. So what you want to do, guys, is make a note. TP stands for take profit. SL stands for stop loss. So going back to MetaTrader 4 now, you can see it says price and it says not set. So we need to set that. So we press on price and it will automatically just come in with some general figures. We look at the price again and it is 1.2080. So that's what we put. We change it to 1.2080. And this is all I'm doing, guys. I'm literally copy and pasting the trade, what they've sent into the group. Then it asked me for the stop loss price. So I look on the group. It says SL 2105. Okay. So I go back on and I put 2105. 0.05. Okay, that's the stop loss figure. And then we look at the take profit figure. Now we have TP1, TP2, TP3. That's take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Now there's two ways that you can do this now. You can either place 3 trades of the same trade, okay? So literally you'll go back, you'll put in take profit 1 in that figure, and then you'll press place, okay? You'll go back, you'll do the trade again. So you'll put the price, you put the stop loss figure, and then you'll put take profit 2, and you'll press place again. That's 2 trades you've placed now. Then you go back, you place the trade again, you put the price, the stop loss, and then TP3. So for example, if I was putting TP3 figure in there now, what I would do is I would put the TP3 figure, which is 1.1950. So 1.1950, and then I press place. So that's 1 trade placed there. So if you know what I've done, I've placed 3 separate trades. 1 for the TP1, 1 for the TP2, and 1 for the TP3. So I've placed 3 trades for the same currency. So what that basically means is the first trade that I placed for TP1, as soon as the price goes from 1.2080, which is the starting price, as soon as it goes to TP1, it's going to close the trade for you automatically and take that profit. Okay. The second trade that I placed, which was TP2, as soon as the price gets to TP2 price, it's going to close the trade automatically and take that profit for you. And if the trade goes to TP3 on the third trade that I placed, it's going to automatically close that and take the profit automatically. Okay, so that's you setting 3 trades, right? Now for me, I haven't got time sometimes to be setting 3 separate trades. Okay, sometimes I'm placing my trades when I'm just about to go into the car and take the kids, to school. Sometimes I'm placing the trades when, I'm just about to walk into the mosque. I ain't got time to be placing 3 trades, one after the other. So for me, what I do, I just place the TP3 figure for every trade, or the highest TP price. So let's say I get a trade come in and it's got TP3 or TP4 or even TP5. I just put the last figure for the take profit. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? If it doesn't, say it doesn't make sense.
Daniel, why'd you do that? As in, because sometimes a lot of trades don't actually hit TP3.
Yes.
So yeah, just if you could just explain why you do it like that, Yon.
Yes. So the reason I do that is because number one, it saves time for me. Okay. And number 2, it allows me to take profit whenever I want to take profit. So let's say, for example, this price on here is saying that TP1 is 25 pips. Now, pips just means that the price moving up or down. Okay. So it means it's moved 25 points from the original price. So if you see the price is 1.2365, the TP1 is 1.2340. And if you minus that TP1 from the price, that's 25. And we call it pips. Okay. And so what it allows me to do, it allows me to take profit when I want to, rather than the trade automatically closing. So one of my principles of my trading plan is that as soon as a trade hits 20 pips, I move my stop loss figure, okay, to my entry price, which basically means that if the price was to go the opposite way, it's going to close the trade and I'm not going to have a loss. Okay. Now they would have waited until 25 pips before they put their stop loss figure to the entry price. But let's say it went to, 23 pips, and then it started going the opposite way back towards the price, and then even towards the stop loss price. That means you would have actually lost 50 pips. Okay. But for me, what I do is I set my stop loss to break even, which is the entry price, which is the price here, what says 1.2365. I set that to entry price as soon as it goes to 20 pips in profit. Okay. 20 pips towards the TP1 figure. All right. So that's just my personal plan, what I do. Okay. Now,
So,
what you could do is you could just set TP3 as your take profit figure. And then as soon as it hits TP1, they're going to send a message in the group which says move your stop loss to break even. And I'm going to talk about what that means in a minute. So let me just find an example.
So while you're looking for that, so with regards to your lot sizes, do you now do your lot sizes as the same 1%, but because if you're only going to be doing one particular trade, do you triple the amount? Do you triple the lot size?
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to share my screen again on the board to really explain this point as well. So get rid of this.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that as well, Dan. I noticed, obviously, when you were just putting that example up, you had yours set to 0.3. Obviously, a point for us to remember when we're putting those figures in is to keep an eye on that and make sure it's set at something sensible like 0.1 before you press place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about working out your lot sizes in a second as well. So let's say you get I'm going to go through a trade now. Let's say you get Euro USD come into the group. Okay. And they say it's a sell. Okay. So these are the things that your eye is looking for. Number one, what the currency is. So you know what currency to place on the MetaTrader for. So it's Euro USD. Then they're going to either tell you if it's a buy or sell. And I've known people press buy when it's a sell, and I've known people press sell when it's a buy. So that's also something that you're going to be gaining experience of to make sure your eye and your hand coordination is working in sync all the time. Okay, because I've even seen some people, look at a currency, put all the figures into the MetaTrader 4, press place, and they put the figures on a completely different currency pair. So it might have said Euro USD, they put it on Euro Australian dollar. Yeah, but they've set the exact same figures as what they're supposed to put on Euro USD. So all these things is what's important about getting the experience as a copy and paste trader to make sure that you're placing the trades correctly. So first of all, you look what the currency is, then you look if it's a sell or a buy. Okay, then we're looking for the entry price. Okay, and the price might be 1.1234, for example. Okay, now if it's a instant execution, it will just be a case of putting the price in, putting your stop loss in, putting your take profit in, and pressing instant execution. If they say, at the time it's a sell stop or it's a sell limit, that's when you have to now do the next trading type and place the trade with just, selecting the sell stop or sell buy or buy stop and buy limit or whatever. Okay. But let's just talk about instant trades right now. So this is the price. Now, here's a point for you to know, guys. When we're counting pips, because sometimes they don't put the pip figure on there and you have to count the pips yourself, right? When we're counting pips and it comes to any pairs that's not JPY, so any pair that you get that's not a JPY, the Japanese yen, we always look towards the 4th decimal place, okay, to count the pips. So, for example, this will be 1.0005, okay? Now, it's always the 4th decimal place. If it's a pair that has the Japanese yen in it, for example, Euro, JPY, then it will look like this. It will be something like 150.51. So there, it's going to be the 2nd decimal place, okay? It's going to be the 2nd decimal place that you count. Now, what do I mean by when I say this? So let's say, for example, the price is 1.1234, okay? And the stop loss price is 1.1254, okay? Somebody who's not asked me before about this, how many pips difference is the price to the stop loss? Anybody?
Sorry, so ask that again, sir.
So the price is 1.1234. The stop loss is 1.1254. How much pips difference is that?
20.
20 pips.
20.
Because we literally take the 3-4 from the 5-4. Okay, it's 20 pips. Okay, let me give you another one. let's say the take profit is 1.1, let's say 294. Okay, how much pips is this the take profit?
60.
60 pips. Okay, so that's when it comes to any pairs that's not got JPY. It's the fourth decimal place how you count your pips. Okay, if it's a pair that's JPY, that's got JPY in it, it will look like this: 150.41, for example, is the price. Okay, and then let's say the SL is 150.71, for example. How many pips is it?
30.
30 pips. Okay, let's say the take profit is 150.21. How many pips is take profit
20.
20. So that's very clear now. You know how to count pips now. If it's a pair that's not JPY, you count the fourth decimal place and you just subtract that from either the stop loss or the take profit figures. And if it's got a JPY in the currency, it's the second decimal place. Okay, that's how you calculate your pips. Everyone got that? Right. So now what I want to talk about is lot sizes. Okay, so we've got the pair coming. Okay, it's Euro USD and it's a sell. The price is 1.1234. And then we'll have something like TP1, which is 1. Okay, here's a trick question for you guys now. What would the TP1 be, higher price or lower price if it's a sell?
Lower.
Lower, absolutely. So it's going to be 1.12, let's say 04. How many pips is TP1?
30.
30.
30 pips, exactly, yeah. And then let's say TP2 is 1.184 to keep it simple. How many pips is TP2?
50.
50. Okay, perfect. And then let's say TP3 is 1.1164. Okay, which is obviously 70 pips. Okay, so what does this mean now? This is where we can look at risk to reward ratio. Okay, once we've got a stop loss actually. So stop loss is, let's say, is 1. So if it's a sell, that means the stop. Go on.
Sorry, Danielle, wouldn't TP3 and TP2 switch places?
Wouldn't TP3 and TP be what?
Oh, sorry. Don't worry, my bad.
Okay, so if the price, okay, is we want it to sell, that means the stop loss means, you know, where we want it to close, if we're in a loss, is going to be higher price because it's going the wrong way. We don't want it to go up, we want the price to go down. That's why we're selling. Okay, so the stop loss is actually going to be a higher price. So it's going to be, let's say, 1.274, for example, which is a common 40 pip stop loss for Arise Academy. Okay, now when you become a pro trader, eventually, if you have more than a 15 pip stop loss, we're going to give some virtual slaps. Okay, because we don't want to deal with more than 15 pips. In fact, 5 pips is the average. And this is what's going to really grow your account in the future. And this is what we're all on this journey to do. Okay, but let's say for now.
Sorry, can you say that again? Sorry.
So I said, when we become a pro trader in the type of trading that we are going to learn, okay, we don't want a stop loss more than 15 pips. In fact, if it's more than 15 pips, we're going to give out virtual slaps, okay? Because it means that you're giving away a lot of your profit and you're risking more of your account. Okay, well, not really.
Okay, yeah,
control your, if you obviously, if you work your lot sizes, you're not risking more, but you're not in a position to gain more, which is what we want. Okay, so right now, let's say they've got a 40 pip stop loss. Okay, and I'll write this down. So 40 pips. Okay, and this one is what was it? 30 pips, and then the second one is 30 pips, another 20, so 50 pips. And then TP3 is 70 pips. Okay. So this now is when it comes into risk to reward ratio. So what does this mean? This means we can lose 40 pips, but TP1, we can gain 30 pips, right? 30 pips. In fact, just to make it easier, I'm going to put 40. I'm going to make this 40. So this can be 19. I'm going to make this 80, just to make it easy for you guys. So 80 pips would be 54. And I'm going to make this 120. So this would be 24. Okay, so this makes it easier, right? So that basically means we've got 40 pips to lose, okay? TP1, we can gain 40 pips, okay? Gain 40 pips. Now, this is what we call a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning that we can lose 40, we can gain 40. So that's 1-1, okay? If we hit TP2 and we can lose 40, but we can gain 80, what would the ratio be? Anybody?
1 to 2.
1 to 2, perfect. So that would be TP2 would be a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning that we can gain. Let's talk about money facts. If we can lose £10, we can gain £20. That's 1 to 2. If we can lose £100, we can gain £200. That's 1 to 2. Okay. So TP1 is 1 to 2. What about TP3? What ratio is that?
1 to 3.
1 to 3. Exactly. It's not rocket science, right? So TP3 would be a 1 to 3. Okay. So that basically means whatever we're risking, we can gain 3 times as much, right? Now, as I said before, the goal of a pro trader is to not have more than 15 pip stop loss. And our goal as well is to have a minimum of 1 to 10. Who would like a 1 to 10 setup where you can lose £1, but you can gain 10, or you can lose £10, but you can gain 100, or you can
Show
lose
me the money.
or you can lose £100, but you can gain 1,000. That sounds like good odds to me, right? That's the benefit of becoming a pro trader, okay? So one of the things with Arise Academy is because there's so many different people taking the trade. Some are beginners, some are intermediate, some are advanced, some know how to set their lot sizes, some know how to set their risk to reward ratio. They have to make a bigger stop loss just to accommodate people and you know, that the trades more likely win, okay? Because if they start making smaller lot sizes, a smaller stop loss, sometimes you can hit stop loss quite a few times. But if you've got the right risk to reward ratio, let's say you're losing 1 to gain 10, you can lose 3 trades. You've lost £30, for example, if you've got £10 to lose per trade. But if you win 1 trade, you've gained £100. So you've lost 3 trades, lost 30 quid, but you've won 1 trade, you've made £100. So that's still your account's growing. Whereas when people don't really know about, you know, the pips and the lot sizes and things like that, you might lose, you know, you might lose 1 trade, and because it's many pips, it loses a lot of your account because you've not set things properly. Okay, so that's why it's very important to become a pro trader, so you know what you're doing and you can start to increase your risk to reward ratios. Now, what I was going to talk about. So these are the pips. Okay, now here's the thing, guys. When you get a price come into the Telegram group, let's say the price comes in at 1.1234, and you've been busy for 2-3 minutes, you know, looking at the kids and whatever, and you look on the MetaTrader 4 because you're getting ready to place the trade, and the trade says 1.12, let's say 1.12, let's say 24. No, in fact, let's say 14. Okay. How many pips towards the TP has it moved?
10.
20, right?
Sorry, 20.
20, yeah, because the price is 1.1234, but you've looked on your MetaTrader getting ready to place the trade and you're already 20 pips towards your TP. Here's a general rule for you guys. If you look on your MetaTrader and the price that you can enter the market, the live price, is more than, I would say, 5 to 10 pips than the actual price in the Telegram group, don't take the trade. Leave it. You're too late. You've missed it. Because what would happen, let's say you got into the market at 1.12414, and now the trade goes the opposite way to a sell, and it goes to hit the stop loss. What's the stop loss in pips from the price of 1.1214 to the price of the stop loss? How many pips is that now?
60.
Is it 60? Yeah, it's 60. So in actual fact, you've put yourself in more of a risk, more loss, because you've lost 60 pips now. And you've actually, even if you hit TP1, you only gain 20 pips, whereas you should have been really gaining 40 pips. So this is the general rule, guys. If your live price on MetaTrader 4 is more than 5 pips towards your TP1 figure, leave the trade. Do not take it. You can live to fight another day. Okay? But here's a little hack. Okay? Here's a little hack. If now we look at the live price trade and it's gone towards the SL price, let's say it was 1.2, let's say it was 1.254, for example. That's 20 pips away from the original price of 1.1234. It's 20 pips away, but it's actually closer to the SL figure. So what happens now, we can take that trade if we want to. Okay, you don't have to, but I would. I'll tell you why. Our stop loss is only 20 pips now. Okay, but our TP1, okay, stop loss, but our TP1 is actually 60 pips, right? 60 pips.
So that's a 1-to-3 ratio.
So that's already a 1-to-3 ratio. You've just jumped in. So here's the general rule, guys. If your live price is more than 5 pips towards your TP1, leave the trade and fight another day with another currency trade. If your TP is gone towards the stop loss, whether it's 1 pip or 10 pips, you can take it because it's increased your risk to reward ratio and it's in your favor. Has everyone got that concept? Okay. That's very important. And don't worry, we're going to have these calls, regular. We're going to go over it again. So if you didn't grab it the first time, you can watch the recording. We can go over it next time. You can ask me later on, even in person as well. So that's the general rule for that. Okay. Now I want to show you how to work out your lot size because that's very important. All right. So from this, you've gathered that you're looking at the pair, Euro USD. Become accustomed to looking at the different pairs, Euro USD, Euro GBP, Euro JPY, being accustomed to pick the right currencies when you go into your live trader. Also be accustomed to working out the pips because not all the time they give you the pips. You have to work it out yourself sometimes. And remember that if it's if it's any pair that's not JPY, it's the 4th decimal place that we count the pips. If it's a JPY currency, whether it's JPY first or Euro JPY and JPY second, it's the 2nd decimal place that you count the pips, okay? Now, let's look at calculating lot sizes. So, what we do is we go onto my FX book, and I'm just gonna share my screen. I'm just gonna get my charger, guys, 1 second. Okay. And we're gonna wrap it up in about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. So, okay, so you've got basically your Telegram group, right? You've got a trade come in. Okay, let me find one what doesn't tell you the pips. So they've been quite good recently. They've been putting the pip count, but sometimes they forget. Right, like here, look, they've not put the pips, okay? So here's a question for Mujahid, okay? How much pips is the stop loss? Or anybody can jump in and help him.
Is it 42?
42, someone saying?
No,
Anybody?
no.
I got 54.
54.
Yes, 54.
Yeah, 54.
Yeah. So the stop loss is 54 pips. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what happens, right? Let's say I've placed a few trades on the day and I've had some wins. Yeah. I would take this trade just to see how it does. But you know, if I've already had 2-3 losses already, I'm not going to take this trade at 54 pips stop loss. I'm just not going to do it because it's not worth it to me. Because if you look at TP1, it's only 20 pips. So even if you hit TP1, it's still not even a 1-to-1. That means you've got less of a gain than flicking a coin and getting a 1-to-1, 50-50 heads and tails. I'm not into trade to have less odds than gambling. Yeah. So even if it's TP2, right? That's still like what? 60, no, 50, 40,
45.
45 pips. So that means it's not even a 1-to-1, even if it's TP2. And a lot of the times we don't hit TP3 or TP4, guys. Okay. So me personally, I wouldn't take that trade if I had a lot of, a few losses in a day. I'm just not going to risk it because I don't want another loss. I don't want to, but if I've had a few wins, I'll just take it for the sake of it, see how it does, because I can afford a loss. Okay. So this is sometimes where you have to work the pips out, and obviously, well done, you've worked the pips out. So what we do now is we go to the MetaTrader. Okay. If you press quotes, it goes to the currencies. If you press trade, it shows you how much you've got in your account. And, if you've got any live trades going. If you press chart, it goes onto the live charts and shows you, and you can adjust the time frame on the left from 5 minutes to 1 hour to 1 day and whatsoever. You don't even need to worry about that because obviously that's for pro traders. And then if you go to settings, you can set up a demo account by just pressing new account, open a demo account, press Meta Quotes demo, fill in your name, your details, what type of account you want in terms of what currency, USD or euros, leverage, always set it to the highest, and then just press register. That will set your demo account up. And if you've not got a demo account set up already, you can reach out to me afterwards and we'll set that up. It's no problem. So basically we go to quotes and we go and we pick the currency pair. So let me know, anybody, is this an instant trade or is this a trade that we set up to activate later on?
Instant.
Later on.
Instant. Someone tell me what it would say if it wasn't an instant trade.
Sell stop or sell limit.
Yeah, or buy stop or buy limit. Okay, but it just says sell, so that means it's instant. So it's GBP CAD, Canadian dollar. So we're going to look on the charts. We're going to look for GBP Canadian dollar. We can't find it, so we're going to press plus. I hope this is not one of the pairs that we can't have.
GBP CAD's not available.
It actually is as well. So on your demo accounts, guys, some of the pairs you can't actually get on the list. All right. But when you've got a live account, you can get all the pairs. Don't worry. So let's just go to a trade that we can do then. Okay. So, okay, let's do this one. Right. Okay. Another GBP CAD. Perfect. Right. Okay. This one. Odd Australian dollar USD. So we go to the pair. We see it on the list. We press it. And now we press trade. Okay. And now, if you see it's on sell stops, I want to take it off that and put it on instant execution. Okay. Now, you see where it says 0.1, 0.01, 0.03, and so forth. They are your lot sizes. The one in the middle, what's highlighted black, that's what it currently is on now. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to work out the actual lot size that we can take. So this is where we go to My FX Book. Okay. My FX Book, we click on it and we click in the top left-hand corner on those 3 lines. We press calculators. And this is where we put in the figures and it lets us know what the actual lot size that we can use. So we press on where it says risk by percentage or risk by percent. We click that. Okay. And then the currency, we set that currency to whatever your account is, whether it's euros or if it's a demo account or it's GBP if it's a live account. And then we pick the currency pair. Okay, so the currency pair is AUD USD. So we pick that. AUD USD. Okay, let me just change it to euros because that's what my demo account is. And then it says balance. So we put the balance of what your account is. So my account is 12,500. That's my demo account. So I'm going to put that figure in there. 12,500. Then it says risk by percent. So this is where you put your risk from either 1 to 2 or 3%. I always say start with 1% first. Once you start to get a ratio and an idea and confidence, you can start increasing it if you want to, but always, stick with 1% at first. Then it says stop loss in pips. Okay. So we're going to go back to the trade. How much is the stop loss in pips? Anybody?
40.
40. That's what we put in. So we type in 40 there. So we've got the currency, we've got our currency pair, we've got the account balance, we've got how much we want to risk, we've got the stop loss in pips, it's on risk by percentage, and then we press calculate. So now it's going to show me the figure that you're looking at is the standard lots figure. That's the lots that we set. So the standard lots figure is 0.379. So we just round that up to 0.38, for example. So if I go back onto my trade, AUD USD trade, I'm going to set my lot size to 0.3, what was it? 0.38. Okay. So can everyone see how I've adjusted my lot size now? Yeah, that's how you adjust your lot size. Now, what does that mean? That means that lot size now has been set. So I'm only going to be risking 1% of my account, which is £125 of a 12,500 account. If my account was, let's say, £500 or euros, and I press calculate, my lot size is now what? What is my lot size now, guys? 0.015, right? So that's where I would go there. I would change my lot size to 0.015. So basically, you could make it either 0.1 and round it down or round it up to 0.2. Okay, what does that mean? That means it's going to risk 1% of my account, which is going to be £5. So if you see, if I had a £500 account and I did the previous lot size, which was 3.8, okay, you know what that's doing? That basically means I'm going to be risking, let me see. Okay, 12, 5 euros, start. So that means €5 times 10, 50. That means I'm going to be risking over £170 of my account. If I put the wrong lot size in of the first lot size of 0.38. So I'm going to be losing. If I lose, I'm going to lose over £170 of my £500 account. You better believe that's more than 1%, right? So that's why it's very important to make sure you've got the correct lot size. Okay. Yeah, it could make you gain over 100 and something pounds, but I don't want to take that risk of losing that because that's going to wipe your account out, and that's how people blow their accounts. So it's very important you make sure you calculate your correct lot size. The correct lot size is going to always give you the 1% amount of your account. Okay, so you don't risk it more than that. So once we've set the right, the right lot size, now we can put the stop loss in. So the stop loss is 0.7822. So 0.7, is it? 7822. The take profit is, I put TP3. So I'm putting 7670. 7670. Deviation, ignore that, just leave that. And then all you do is press sell or buy, whatever the trade tells you to do, which is obviously a sell. Okay. Now, let's look at this now on a real live thing. Yeah. So The price is 7782. Okay. If we came to the MetaTrader 4 now, what's the live price to sell?
7768.
7768. So would we be taking this trade?
No.
No,
Why not?
it's like nearly 20 pips away.
20 pips away towards what?
TP1.
TP1. It's actually gone past TP1. It's on its way. No, wait, sorry. Is it 7768? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually, yeah, gone towards the TP1. Okay. It's on its way. So we wouldn't take that because it doesn't benefit us. Does everyone get that? If the live price was, for example, let's say 7820, no, 7802, would we take it? 7802. 7802, would we take it?
If you're done your Islam, yeah.
Yeah, we would take it because it means we're only 20 pips away from our stop loss. So we've
From the
actually
stop loss.
reduced our risk and we've gained our potential profit. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place this because it's a demo account. I don't care if it wins or loses right now. So if I'm going to press sell now, look what happens. It's placed. Okay. Automatically, it's put me in a £6.9 loss. Okay. The reason for that is because it's a big lot size and the price is going the opposite way straight away. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why we don't take the trade, because it's gone the wrong way for us already. Okay. Now, what happens? Okay. What happens now is I can choose to leave the trade now, or if I made a mistake, I can press and hold it and I can close it because I made a mistake. I've activated it when I shouldn't have activated it, or I've used the wrong currency, I used the wrong lot size, and I've put myself at risk. I can quickly close it if I wanted to, okay? Or for example, let's say now the trade has hit TP1, okay? So we've made profit now. Let's say it says something like £7 or £8 in profit, and it's hit TP1. When that happens, the Arise Academy will send a message what says something like, it'll say something like this: TP1 hit, so many pips, bring SL to entry price, okay? When you see that come into the group, okay, what you want to be doing is going to the trade, press modify, and now I can adjust my my stop loss price to the entry price. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the entry price, and it says entry price. It says, I can't remember where it was. All right, let's just have a look. Let's say my entry price on here. So on here, you can tell what your entry price was. Right under the odd USD, it says 77695. That's my entry price that I got in at the market. The next price next to it, which is 77721, is where the price is currently. Okay. You can see my SL is 7822. My TP is 76700. Now I can adjust my SL and my TP. So what I do is I want to adjust my stop loss price, my SL price, to my entry price, which is 77695. Okay, so I press and hold, I press modify, and I change it to, I forgot what it was, 77695, modify, 77695. Now, because the price has already gone up, the opposite way from that, it won't allow me to press modify because it means that the trade has actually already gone past that price, yeah? But if I set it to the actual closing price right now, like 7771, for example, or 7770, it's too close. So let me set it to 768, no, 67, no, 65, no, 77, Okay, I don't know why it's because the actual loss is way too much right now. 7. Okay, I can say 2. Yeah. 7, 90, for example, and modify. Okay. So that's how you basically move your stop loss to break even price. You press modify and you press it to your break even price. Now, what does that mean? That means, let's say you got into the price at this area. Okay. The price, what you had to come into the market was here, and you placed the trade when it was right on the price. Okay. Then it started to move down towards the TP price. Okay. And then they told you to move your stop loss, which is up here, okay, to break even. So we've moved our stop loss to break even. That's there. Now the take profit is down here. Okay, this is where the current price is. But let's say the market changes direction. It starts to go back towards your entry price. If you didn't move your break even price to break even, your break even stop loss price to break even, what would happen is it would carry on losing. And that gains what you had earlier, you would have lost out and you would have actually started going into a loss now, right? But because you move your stop loss to break even, once the live price starts to move back towards the price, it's going to close automatically there. And that means that you don't lose no money, you didn't gain no money, you just broke even. Okay, so it basically saved you a trade. Now I've just got a notification that one of my prices on gold is coming into what we call the price range that I've marked up my chart at. So let me have a look at that right now, just to make sure I'm not losing no money right now. Okay. So I was just marking up a gold price earlier, and I predicted the price is going to come up here. So I said, I want my entry price to come into here. My stop loss is here. My entry price is here. And look at my risk to reward ratio. What is it? 1 to what? 1 to 20.
It's like 1 to 10.
1
Yeah.
to 20, my risk to reward. That means I can lose, if I'm going to risk £5, I'm going to risk £5, but I can gain £100. This is what you call a boss trade. Okay. And I've marked it up. So I want the market to come up to my entry price, which is here. It's going to activate the trade automatically. And then if I want it to start going back down because I've set a sell limit. Okay. So if that happens and it comes down to my take profit price, which is down here, I'll have made 20% of my account. That means if I've got a £500 account, I just made £100. If I've got a £1,000 account, I just made £200. Okay, so we're gonna get to this in future, guys. Right now, we're just talking about basics right now.
Daniel, just quick question. So is TradingView connected to your MetaTrader? So you know how you said your trade will go live straight away, right?
No, so what I did was, and this is a little bit advanced, guys. I don't expect you to follow this right now. But basically what I did was I marked up my TradingView chart, and then I looked at the figures. I took the figures here, my stop level, my profit level, and my entry price, and I inputted that onto MetaTrader for myself as a sell limit.
Okay.
So that basically means when the price goes up to my entry point, it's going to activate, and then I expect the price to go back down.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And just one more question.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Jeez, it's going towards the entry price, boy. Yeah.
You've obviously gone live in it. So do you still use the stop losses they send in the group, or do you put your own stop losses to make it no more than 15?
Yeah, I'm doing both at the moment. I'm using the signals just to get an idea of how the signals are and help beginners and stuff like that. But I'm also learning how to mark my own charts up now as well.
All right.
Okay. So let me just double check I've set that as a sell limit because I don't want to lose that trade. Right. Okay. Yeah. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see it, guys. This is my live account, and you can see my gold trade is here set as a sell limit. You can see it. So that's the price that it is right now. That's the price that I've set my trade to activate at, and that's just waiting there, waiting for me to come in. And these are the trading signals from today that are in profit still right now. Okay. So going back to the actual main point, guys. Let me just go back to this. just to finish off real quick, we've set the lot sizes and we've done modification.
Daniel,
yeah.
So on that point there is where you're talking about modification. Just before you spoke about modifications, you know, where you said if you place the trade by accident and so forth, just obviously clarifying the point that if you had to close that trade or you manually closed it, it would close in loss.
If you closed it at that point, yeah.
Yeah, at the point where, like you said, you went automatically came in at a loss.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify that
yeah,
point.
And I've actually experienced this before myself, guys, where I did press the wrong trade on a live account. I was in something like £3 loss when I pressed it. I thought, you know what? Let me wait until it goes into profit, and then
I've done this.
Let me wait until it goes into profit, and then I'll close it. Yeah. The thing kept on going down and down and down, and I finally closed it when it got to like £17. Says, "Man, I'm gonna cut my losses."
Yeah.
So this is one of the mistakes that I've made, and this is what I don't want you to do. I want you to do this on demo account so you get used to it and you start, you know what I mean? You start benefiting from that experience. So just the last thing I want to talk about, guys, if you don't place TP1, TP3, TP2, TP3 as separate trades, what you do is you set the last TP, but then you have to be in charge of closing partials and closing your trades to yourself, except for if it hits the last TP. So let's say it hits TP1, you'll get a message coming to the Arise Academy saying hit TP1, move your stop loss to break even. So you do that manually. Everyone does that manually. Okay. If you've got 3 trades open, you have to do it with every single trade. Okay. If you've just got 1 trade open because you set the last TP, then you still just have to do, modification and move your stop loss to break even. Then let's say it hits TP2 now. So what you want to do is you want to take your profit from TP1 and let the trade carry on towards TP3. So what you would do is you would press the trade, you press modify, okay? Sorry, not modify, close. And then it tells me, do I want to close? It's obviously a loss now, but let's say I was in profit. It would say close with the full profit, right? So I can choose to close it and take all the profit what's accumulated so far. But if I want to take partial profit, which is what we're talking about, so I just want to take, TP1 profit, I adjust the lot size either down 1/3 or 2/3 or 3/3, depending on how much I want to take. So you see where it says 0.38, I can adjust the lot size and watch the profit, the close with loss figure, it'll start to change, watch. So you see how it's moving. Oops. See how the figure's moving? It's changing how much I'm going to take a loss or profit of. So because I've adjusted the lot size, now I moved it from lot size 0.38 down to 0.13. I can press close, and that's now taken that profit out, and it's left the rest of the trade to carry on. Okay, obviously it's in a loss now, so it's took a loss, but if that was in profit, it would have took a certain amount of profit and it would have let the rest of the trade carry on towards TP2 and TP3. Okay, so in closing, guys, we've talked about, make sure you've got MetaTrader 4 downloaded. Make sure you've got MyFX book downloaded. If you're in the WhatsApp, in the Telegram group, make sure you've got notifications on so you can be notified as soon as the trade comes. As soon as the trade comes, you look at the price. If it's more than 5 pips towards TP1, leave it, do another trade later on, leave that one. If it's pips towards the stop loss price, you can take that trade because it just means you've got more reward to gain, okay, and less risk. Then what you do, check the live price, okay? If it's okay for you to enter that trade, go to my FX book, work out your lot size for your 1% risk, okay? Put the right currency, the right account size, the right risk percentage, and the amount of pips for stop loss. Press calculate and look at standard lot size. That's what's going to tell you your correct lot size, and that's going to make sure that you're only risking 1% of your account. Then you go to the trade, you switch between Telegram and the MetaTrader 4, place, the trade, take price profit, the stop loss figure, and then you press either sell or buy. Okay, and that means the trade's active now. Okay, you can either press the highest TP, or you can set 3 separate trades. Now, one point what Graham mentioned earlier, what I forgot to mention, Let's say your correct lot size is 0.1, for example, and you're gonna take the opinion that you want to place 3 separate trades. What you need to do is you need to take that 0.1 lot size and divide it by 3. So that basically means that if it hits TP1, it's took 1/3 of your profit. Okay. If it hits TP2, it's took 2/3 of your profit. If it hits TP3, you've made full 100% profit, which is 3 TPs. Now, if all of those 3 trades go towards stop loss, it means that you've only still lost 1% because you divided your lot size into 3. If you didn't divide your lot size into 3 and you put 0.1 for your first trade, 0.1 for your second trade, 0.1 for your third trade, and they all hit stop loss, you're going to lose 3% of your account. Okay, very important point. Divide your your lot size into 3 if you're setting 3 separate trades, or 4 separate trades if it's TP4 or 5. Okay, I hope that made sense, guys. What I want you to do from tomorrow, it's Friday, the last trading day. The trading closes tomorrow night in the evening about 10, 11 o'clock. So tomorrow, I want every single one of you to catch at least 1 trade. Doesn't matter if you forgot half of the stuff that I've said on this call and you just press, trade and you've just done a mistake. I want you to place the trade, screenshot it of the figures that you've placed on your MetaTrader 4 and put it into the group. So I can look at your lot sizes, I can look at the entry price that you've entered on, I can look at your stop loss figure, and I can let you know if you've done it right or you need to make some adjustments. So every single person on the call, definitely make some trades, catch the trades from the Arise Telegram group, place them on the WhatsApp group so we can check it and work together and benefit each other, God willing. Okay, guys. That being said, I know it was a lot of information today. I'm going to upload the recording on the group so you can watch it again and again. And if you've got any questions, you drop me a message later on and I'll clarify anything that you might be confused with still. With this game, guys, you have a period where you think that it's just completely different language and it's going over your head and you feel depressed and you think that I'm never going to get this. Then you start to get to a point where you think, oh, I understand that now. That makes sense. Then you start to get to a point where you're doing it with your eyes closed. Then you start learning how to mark up the charts. Then you start losing money on the charts. And you used to think, oh my gosh, I'm so depressed. I don't know how to do this. I'm never going to be able to be my own pro trader. Then you start winning 1 or 2. Then you start developing. And then eventually you start becoming a pro trader where you're winning more than you're losing. Okay, that's what it's all about.
Appreciate it, Daniel, man. Thank you. Today was awesome.
No problem.
Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate that feedback.
All right, guys, let's get trading. Let's put them on the group and get popping. All right, guys, catch them pips. Take care.